Hi class, Professor Dunaway here. Welcome to week 6 in Financial Crimes 1. Here we are in the first weekend of October already. So I hope again you're all having a great weekend. So we are heading into week 6. So last week for week 5, you learned a lot about corruption, a lot about bribery. There were 2 videos that Dr. Monroe posted. One of them was kind of an overview and history of bribery, and then the other one discussed OECD and the foreign bribery report. In your reading, there were 3 items from Transparency International and then the OECD convention, which discussed combating bribery. And then Dr. Monroe also added the FCPA guide. I know it was a lot of reading. I hope that it helped you all get an understanding of bribery. And again, I know it was a lot to get through in a week. So hopefully if you didn't get to every single thing, you were able to at least review it to get a sense of, just to give yourselves a really good understanding and groundwork for bribery. Now this week we're going to turn to corruption. Dr. Monroe has 3 videos posted this week. One of them, he discusses definitions, also Transparency International. And then in videos 2 and 3, he discusses the article Termites in the Convention Against Corruption. And then, so he discusses the article, and then he also discusses some responses. So I think 3 videos are really interesting. I think you're going to really enjoy the materials this week. Also, so you're reading this week, you're going to read the UN Convention Against Corruption, and then, as I mentioned, you're going to read the article Termites in the Convention Against Corruption. This article is what your assignment is based on, so we'll touch on that in a couple minutes. So that's week 6. Week 7, we're going to start discuss research skills. There's one reading up now, improving financial oversight. And you'll basically, again, be learning about fighting financial crimes using research skills. So another really interesting week. I think you'll really enjoy next week as well. So week 6, all the particulars, you want to make sure that you post in the discussion forum, as usual, your initial post by Wednesday night and by 11:59 p.m. Pacific, and then your replies and responses by Sunday, 11:59 Pacific time. I think that you are all doing a fantastic job as I graded last week's posts. Very impressed with all of your responses. Ellen, I thought that your replies and responses were really good. They were well thought out. They were detailed. You made excellent points. So good job. And again, everyone, I'm really impressed. I think you're all doing a great job. Some of you have really upped the number of posts you're making, so I really appreciate that. Your interaction with each other, and you're asking questions and you're learning from each other. Really great job. So keep that up. Your posts have all been a pleasure to read this term, so I really appreciate that. So in addition to making your discussion forum posts, you also want to do the reading that I mentioned, watch the videos, and then if you would like to attend the optional office hours on Tuesday evening at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. I will be conducting the office hour this week, so feel free to stop by if you have any questions or just want to chat. I will be there, and if you can't make it and have any questions or just want to chat, just send me an email and I will reply as soon as possible. Which then leads me to assignments. So I know I had told you guys that I would post a video discussing assignment 1 once the extension period was over. And then I have kind of been under the weather since then, so I apologize. So I'm going to touch on that in this video also. So in assignment 1, for the most part, all of you did a really good job. I think my main criticism or critique would be to just analyze more. Sometimes your responses were a bit too conclusory. Like if you agree with something, don't just say agree, or, don't just say agree, because I think he makes good points. Like we want you to, we want to see your thinking. So we want you to analyze it and tie in the materials. You're reading Dr. Monroe's lectures, tie that in to what your argument is, or, what thoughts you have. So that's the main thing is, again, analyze more, tie in materials with the argument, with the question, with your thoughts, and I think that'll be great going forward. And also be sure that you're addressing all the questions that we ask you under each assignment. I think that was just one other area where some people didn't address every single question. So you want to make sure that you don't need to obviously organize your paper how you want to. If you don't want to organize it by question, just make sure that all that information and all those arguments are included um, in your papers. So just that's my other word of advice going forward for this assignment. So again, your assignment 2 is due a week from today, so next Sunday, October 9th by 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. And it's going to be the same format, a 5-page minimum paper, double spaced, Times New Roman. You must have footnotes, and so we want to see your footnotes. We want to see your citations. So make sure that you have them. And the footnotes are not included in your 5-page minimum. So it must be at least 5 pages above and beyond the footnotes that you have in your paper. And again, I have the assignment up here on the screen. So you want to discuss everything that's listed here. Make sure you discuss that. Make sure you use the materials that you've read in it. And if you do want to use outside materials, that's fine. Just make sure you cite to it. If there's things maybe from your job that tie into this, that's great. So, feel free to use that. Just make sure that you're, citing to everything and using footnotes. And I think that's it. Oh, one more thing, extensions. If you need an extension for this assignment, they are available. Make sure you refer to the extension policy that is in the syllabus. But if you do need one for one of the acceptable reasons that is in the syllabus, just make sure you contact me prior to Sunday. You can't wait till Sunday and then ask for an extension. You need to contact me prior to Sunday. So that is it. So I hope you all have a great week. I look forward to reading your next assignments, your responses, your papers. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me, and I will be talking to you all soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.